let's proceed.
Yes, sir.
Proceed?
Yes.
Proceed with what exactly?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GGP OPTC Awards for 2023. We're here. We're live. We're here to do what we do best, and that is talk about Treasure Cruise. But with the added caveat, of course, of wrapping up the year in a nice little bow tie, and essentially going to give our thoughts and opinions, a bunch of categories, a bunch of voting, and I could not be more privileged to be here without my esteemed co-host. The same slide every year, but we do love it very much. Myself, Captain Papi, followed with the GOAT of Treasure Cruise, Toadski. You have Young Man Flame with the new Kaido tattoo, if you want to show that off, Flame. You know, people haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, looking spicy.
Looking very, very cool indeed. And of course, the OG JP GOAT of Night, who may pop in at some point, we hope, but he may also not be available today. But with that being said, we're here to present the GGP Awards. This has become an annual event now. We are, as we always say, this originated from I believe the French community, and Lord in particular, rest in peace, who initiated this whole idea of an award show for the end of year. And I kind of decided to take the reins, and GGP supported that and allowed us to have a platform to do so. But there isn't an award show without a crew, so I want to give a massive thank you to the following people. First off, Rioan. Rioan's the GOAT. He I don't think he'll be here today, but Rioan's my guy. He's the executive producer of the award show. He doesn't play anymore, but he's there to provide me support and provide me guidance in terms of how should I approach the show, what kind of categories would be interesting, what ways can we word things, etc. A newcomer into the scene, Mr. J. Mr. J is a new friend of mine that that we've communicated a lot more this year and has been really helpful and really supportive of things. He was there to kind of clean up a lot of the categories and have a better understanding of how many nominations things should have, etc. And then smack bang in the middle, the GOAT, Tony Twants. This award show would genuinely not be possible without you, Tony. So we value and appreciate you a lot more than you do realize. I kind of put my name on the award show, but you're the backbone. You hold everything together. You maintain the data. We talk about this pretty much every single day leading up to it. So without you, Tony, none of this would be possible whatsoever. So everyone in chat, if you're there, give a massive thank you and shout out to these three lovely gentlemen. Because without them, this thing isn't possible. So, round of applause to our lovely friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
now on to our first world premiere, right? That's how this
there you go.
show works.
Treasure Cruise 2 coming soon. A trailer. Flame, take it away. No, just some quick stats. Treasure Cruise has gone pretty strong this year, so we decided that we wanted to dumb it down a little bit though and go with 26 categories this year. Still a nice hefty amount. 759 unique responses, so a little less than last year, which is perfectly fine. I think the dedicated player base for Treasure Cruise has kind of diminished over time, which I don't think anyone's gonna disagree with whatsoever. But I think that the community is slowly getting a bit more tight-knit, which I think is, at the end of the day, way more positive for the game itself. And that number there, 72,000 total nominations. It's a bit of a blown-up number, but that's essentially like saying every category has a different array of nomination amounts, and we kind of add them all together. So massive participation is, at the end of the day, what that number kind of displays, and we value that a lot. But with that being said, let's just get started. The best,
we're getting into it.
The best extra island free-to-play unit. Now, let me read these blurbs. This award goes to the. Go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's unfortunate that we haven't had a lot of these units.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think
problem.
In hindsight, I think if this happens next year, I would probably just combine all of it into like best free-to-play unit purely because
I agree.
Yeah.
Purely because like now with the addition of the PKA 5+ as the TM unit and Kizuna units no longer existing anymore outside of their only 5+, and even then it's a bit iffy. In future, this will be a much these categories will definitely be combined. But this award goes to the best free-to-play unit from Extra Island. These units are from arenas, total/point farming events, raids, blitzes, and we counted logins as well. really not a lot to kind of like harp on about here, but there was still a decent amount of good free-to-play units. But in fourth place, never mind, stats first. 15 nominees in this category that received over 2,000 votes, so that's awesome. In fourth place, Point Farming Quick Yamato. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Blitz Kaido, 5+, which is a bit crazy.
Kaido, he's going to be
unit.
good like for a while. He's got that support as well.
Yep.
Can't disregard that.
Absolutely. And in second place, a bit of a newcomer, the login TCG Luffy. Came in second place. To be fair though, it's actually a really good unit. Like the more that I look at it, I realize like it's actually a very strong unit overall. But the winner of best extra island free-to-play unit goes to, without any doubt whatsoever, it's Lauren Kidd. This unit's incredible. This unit's an absolutely fantastic unit to say the least. I think it provides so much benefit. I think in Stump's video, award show nomination, he kind of made the point of like, with the previous structure of how TAM kind of worked, this unit was a staple for speed farming for the most part. And I think that it allowed players to kind of just blitz through content in a really efficient pace, handled resilience and such as well. I think overall it's a very deserving winner for this category. Lovely to see. All right.
Yeah, Lauren Kidd is so good that the wave clearing mechanics of him and the fact that it's Lauren Kidd, you get access to good supports on them too. Yep.
Absolutely.
It's really good.
All right. Jump into the next free-to-play category, the best game mode free-to-play unit. This award goes to the best free-to-play unit from the various game modes in OPTC. These units are from Treasure Map, Kizuna, and PKA. Here we go. I was one that made this, and I don't even remember the structure of the... I finished this at 1:30 this morning, and I'm like, and I didn't remember what I even wrote. But we have 24 nominees, culminating in 2,605 total votes. But in fourth place, we have the Kizuna INT Yamato 5+.
That's shocking.
Really?
I think because
the unit is like not that good.
That unit, it's a booba unit though.
I think it's also because like the unit has the fixed damage wave clearing in some degree. Like especially nowadays with the Hime turtles having like a crap ton of defense. If you want to make arguments for argument's sake. In fourth place, Yamato taking the cake once again, the PSY Yamato.
Okay.
The baby Yamato. She's a fantastic unit, nonetheless.
She's okay.
I see a trend.
Well, the trend ends right there with PKA Roger.
What?
Really?
Okay, dude. What's going on here?
PKA Roger taking second place. And I mean, any guesses for first place?
I've forgotten all the
yeah, this is a hard category to remember.
No idea.
I'll give
it's
you
probably a treasure map unit.
I was gonna say it is a treasure map unit.
Yeah, they got the better free-to-play units like that.
The winner of the best game mode free-to-play unit goes to TM Lead Performance.
Okay.
Let's go, baby.
That's kind of surprising, to be honest.
But they're not bad.
I mean,
It just sucks that. Go ahead.
They're really good. They're really, really good. I think at the end of the day, I think that the fact that their Super Tandem was so effective in that one in that one Kizuna, they provide you a lot of debuff removal as well. I mean, like they're actually a really, really good unit to use alongside Rush Kaido. They synergize really well with that unit on top of that too. Those would be my arguments as to why it wins. But I mean,
that's surprising.
What did you feel? I guess then
their Super Tandem only requires one other unit, though, right?
Correct.
And
that's probably why.
Free to play wise, yeah, their Super Tandem is good.
It's the best Super Tandem that anybody has access to readily without having to open up 16 lines of credit. But the other issue that I have with lead performers is their best support units are literally themselves. So you lose out on a lot of like utility because you can't use any supports because they're all in the same unit.
Absolutely.
I would say like the fact that Treasure Map Akainu isn't on here, that's a bit surprising. I feel
that's
like
I've never used that unit.
That's an L. That's the DEX Akainu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well that one's fantastic for this TM. especially
And even
with Green Bull.
in Treasure Map Capone, I've used him a lot actually. He's really good.
That's actually a shout.
Shout out to him.
That's actually a shout.
Either way,
Right.
that's you know, it's what everyone voted for.
That's
so
the free to play stuff. We're not free to play anymore. We're
no
we're
one cares about
paid
them.
units. Give me the paid units with the best treasure map rare recruit.
Ooh, yes.
Is this?
I wish I had looked at these.
There's some good ones in there.
Yes, indeedy. Now the blurbs get really cringe, so I'm not going to read them anymore. But let's just get started. 20 nominees, 2.2 thousand total votes. In fourth place, we have the PSY Zorro.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good. He's got
Very
chain
strong.
boundary, gets rid of defense. He's a damage dealing special too, which helps with like Koshiro support and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So he's good.
In third place, Quick Ushimaru.
Nice.
I think very much deserved. Very much deserved there. In second place, Sai Enel. That random Enel, he has the wave clear.
Support is 3, yeah.
Attaches to Nami.
Any guesses for the winner though?
Oh,
There's
can't
so
even
many.
remember them all.
There's too many. That's why. That's the problem. But nonetheless, the winner is Quick Raise Max.
Wow.
Wow.
He
I
did
think-
so many random things I can't even remember what he was.
I think there is a massive element of recency bias with Raise Max to put it out there. But Chris was correct in saying that this unit can literally do almost anything. He also has what I haven't realized is that like his support effect is also 5 unique support effects depending on what level the support is. So each support level is different in its own. So the unit can do like a incredible amount of things. And I think that like, is it the best unit on paper? Like maybe not, but the fact that the unit has the opportunity to do so much probably provides it with a larger swath. And I mean, fair enough. Raise Max. Who would have thought?
I don't recall which treasure map he released with. Which one was it?
It was
Nami
the
Karina
Baccarat
with the Legend.
Nami Karina Legend. It was the Baccarat, Dice, and Tanaka TM.
Oh, that
Wait, did
wasn't
Nami
even
Karina
that long
debut for that
ago.
one?
No,
Yeah.
It was like two TMs ago, I think. So it was hella recent.
Yeah, and I get it, and I would like for them to do like random stuff like that again, but at the same time, the fact that the information in game for the character is not listed, we literally had to test what the character did. I think data miners were able to figure out stuff, but
Data
it
miners
was
were figuring
bizarre.
out stuff, and I remember a lot of JP plays. A lot of JP plays are in the mines as well. Like it's cool though. I think it's a really sick overall unit. I think like more as we've always said, right? Like more creativity, the better. You know, at the end of the day, it's always gonna be more fun. Speaking of fun, everyone's favorite game mode, best Kizuna rare recruit. Ooh. Obviously, the award goes to the best Kizuna rare recruit here. 18 total nominees, 2,042 total votes. In fourth place, Ichichi, Niji, and Yonji. Really interesting. When I was making the awards, I was caught off guard. I totally forgot that unit had existed, and they're actually quite decent.
Yeah, because they've got I think they have super type, and I think they got final tap as well.
And they can like swap into captain, I think it is, and swap back out because they do provide a lot actually.
Pretty good.
Third place, Bao Huang. The Int Bao Huang.
Shout out to Bao Huang.
Incredible unit. Very, very good. And again, maybe a little bit recency bias, but in second place, the Quick TCG Croc.
He's pretty good.
Let's go.
He's got fear resistance, special bind removal, or boost. He's a solid unit.
And I mean, might as well pair it up with his best friend here, with the winner of the best Kizuna rare recruit going to TCG Kaido.
He's good.
Let's go. I voted for him.
I think like they were very good units. I think like it obviously does make a little bit of sense to me that they would have made these units like pretty decent purely because like it is the TCG collab. They kind of want to have both parties like winning from this in some capacity. Like, and I mean, Croc and Kaido both are really, really good in that regard there. But I do think there might be a little bit of recency bias to some regard, purely because we get so many damn units that it's, naturally, really hard to keep track of, all those things.
Yeah. That's fair enough. No, that's solid. They're good units. So I'm pretty happy with this like list of characters. Like all 4 of these units are pretty solid.
Yes, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, now to a little bit of a fun category here. Best Pirate Rumble Rare Recruit. We didn't get a lot of these units, but the units that we did get were actually all really, really good. You know, for the most part.
We got some solid ones this year.
All right, 14 nominees, 2.1 thousand total votes. In 4th place, Shiki. Shiki taking 4th place. Very, very strong unit overall. Now, I'm gonna cause this Rumble units. All right, what do you think? Top 3. Where we at? What are you thinking?
King is probably number 1. That would be my guess.
Okay, interesting.
For some reason, I feel like a lot of people would have voted for John Bart, even though I don't think he's that good. But I feel like a lot of people.
Zhao.
Was he this? No, he wasn't this year.
That wasn't this year.
Maybe they didn't fall.
Because he came out around.
That was last year. That was last year.
Yeah,
that was last year.
No, Fuji wasn't in there. Yeah,
Fuji
Blue Jam is definitely on there.
Blue Jam.
Blue Jam's good. Maybe Bullet, probably not though.
No, unfortunately.
No,
Well,
Sasaki's a good shout too. I forgot about
great
Sasaki.
Shout. Sasaki 3rd.
Yeah.
There you go. Sasaki 3rd.
Very good
Hey,
party.
hey, guess what, Todd? Blue Jam 2nd. Wow, would you look at that?
Yeah.
And then the winner of Best Pirate Rumble Rare Recruit is, without anyone, assuming otherwise, it's King. This unit's fucking incredible.
Yeah,
That's
this
hilarious.
is so good.
Look at the percentage of voters.
Yeah,
man.
it's
like
yeah. It's like you can.
Blue Jam
you
and
can
King taking everything.
48% voted for just the top 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which
Out
is
of
fair.
14 different options.
There we go.
It makes sense. I mean, those 2 units are staples for their teams. Like,
Yeah, exactly right. King is just like one of, if not the best, like bench units. You can just throw on the bench, let him run havoc.
He can literally kill entire teams by himself.
Yep.
He's so good.
It's like the OG Quick Whitebeard when he first released, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, this unit is cracked. You need to have him." He goes on every single bench to like kind of moving into that stage of like, yeah, King does the exact same job, which is just incredible. All right, moving on. Smaller category, best support unit. We actually had a lot of good supports this year. I think they did they did a really good job with supports this year, but obviously that does come with the unfortunate caveat of releasing a bunch of Super Kizunas and forcing people to do pulls and etc. But nonetheless, 7 nominees only, 1.8 thousand total votes. In 4th place, INT Barto. The recent
new
Barto that
Barto,
came out. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that Squad is on this list.
Interesting. Carissa, you said Queen?
I think Queen.
No,
only
Queen
because the rainbow
Affinity. So the
yeah.
thing down, yeah.
The resistance. I feel like that's so good.
And also shout out to that Momo. That Dex Momo is actually pretty solid.
Hey Todd, have you seen the awards or whatever? Momo 2nd.
Oh, there you go.
All right, who's first then? Now we get into the juicer.
Otama or Squad, I think.
Brooke. Wait, was Brooke this year?
No, he was last year.
He was last year?
Yeah.
I'm going Squad.
Well, to rain havoc on the parade, it is Otama. Squad doesn't make the top 4.
That's kind of surprising.
It's
pretty good.
I think that Squad is an incredibly underrated support purely because his mechanic is so weird and unique, and you need it to fulfill the correct situation. But the fact that like he can do like that makes him incredibly good, but like it's less accessible. Whereas Otama's like, yep, buff the.
I think Otama is so good. I used her so much. Like, in those circumstances, like it's good for a lot of people that don't have like Enmazora maxed out because his tandem effect buffs conditional boosts, and this is a support that does that. It's like the only support. Well, not the only support, but it's. The good thing about it is it attaches to very good characters and also has utility on top of buffing conditional boosts. It's super good.
It's actually incredible support.
Is Squad one of those like situations where you weren't bringing him that often? Because I could see like, I mean for the relevant units. Because I know a lot of people use like I guess the same types of characters.
Because he binds you, but he gives you a massive attack boost.
You need to use a like a despair reduction
gives
captain.
you like a bunch of buffs as well. So it's this weird
It
like
gives you a 2.5 attack boost for powerhouse and remove resilience by 4 turns.
But
like it's really good. It's really good. Like versus Blackbeard, I think it's versus Blackbeard in squad, was it, or versus Whitebeard in squad?
Versus Whitebeard as well.
Like, like that's match made in heaven. Like, you know, it just works really well. But like otherwise, like it's just right now at least, it's way too hard to bring him along to stuff.
Gotcha.
And like, you know, Stumps just mentioned there as well. Blackbeard then turns that despair into a chain buff. So like you can get a lot of benefit out of like just having Squad and Blackbeard like, you know, combined to get like a lot of buffs overall.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey, but fuck that guy, right?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck Stump.
Yeah.
All right. The last of the rare recruits with the overall best rare recruit. Now, I just want to give a preface. It was a pretty big category. We had a lot of rare recruits this year, 46 to be exact, at least 46 within our time frame. 3.9 thousand votes for this category alone.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. In fourth place, Sai Komurasaki.
From Gear 5's batch.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Go. We got the
surprising.
In
It's
third
not
place.
surprising, you know why? A lot of people pulled on that banner.
Oh yeah, a lot of people would have him. That's true.
Mhm.
To be fair, actually a really good rare recruit as well. In third place, and you know, a bit of a shame because Robin has taken the best rare recruit for 2 years running. It's DEX Robin.
Oh, during anniversary this year.
Correct. That's the one. Yep.
Yeah, and she was pretty solid.
And then
another banner that a lot of people would have pulled on. Yeah.
To continue along the same line, Sai Sanji. I know that's a bit ambiguous, but I believe this is the Sai Sanji that was used for Grand Voyage. I think that's the one that
From
this one's referenced.
the New Year's.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, this Sanji's good.
So far, the 3 units we've got are all from big banners where a majority of players were going to spend their gems that they had been hoarding.
Correct.
Close
And then, to no avail, the rare recruit of the year goes to Strength Nami.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Best girl.
She's good. She was special bind and she gives herself a Wano slot too. I can't remember what else she does. Did she give her a burn or something?
Yeah, I
She
think
does something else, yeah.
Yeah, she has really nice art.
She does have really nice art.
Mm-hmm.
Burn and silence by 6. Wano
I
slot.
think in your video, was it your video, Todd, or was it Stump's one? But I think you're mentioning like the Brook and the Frankie. Those quick Brook and quick Frankie.
That was probably Stump. Yeah.
But like, I think that those 2 units deserve to be on this list because they're both like they're both incredible. I think it's you know, but I mean the list is still very strong. All right, now get into a little bit of a different kind of categories, a bit of fun. We've done the free. We've had the hors d'oeuvres. We've had the appetizers. You know, of the plethora of rare recruits that Trojan Crews love to throw at us with the best level limit break legend. So, you know, we kind of did this as the caveat for, you know, our time frame. We've had a lot of level limit breaks this year. We've kind of slowed down in terms of legend level limit breaks, but, you know, we thought like we might as well do a nice little category here for everyone. But 34 nominees, 34 level limit breaks this year, 4,000 votes. In fourth place, Giltazoro 6+.
Shout out to Giltazoro.
Tazoro really stepped up this year. He's
in my top 3, honestly.
He's like one of my favorite legends this year. He's actually like genuinely incredible.
Yeah. Since his 6+ came out, he's been used in like every game mode pretty much. He's so good.
He's also just super good like for treasure map. Like the fact that if you can fulfill his requirements, he does a bunch of captain, you know, buff removals in there as well.
Yeah.
In third place, Shanks Crew 6+.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Stump gets his little glory. Top 3. Yeah. I think that this unit is just like they're just very solid. Like it's just a solid upgrade. They're really good in Rumble. Like they're not like the flash hot, like they're incredible, but I think the fact that they're just like a solid, like, you know, it provides a lot there.
One thing that I think some people may get confused with this category is like I feel like some people may vote for best 6+.
True.
Not the best level limit break, which would really shift. Like I wouldn't be surprised if CatDog be number 1 here, even though they get the best buff from their Super Evolution, not their level limit break.
Correct.
So we'll see.
I think so. We'll see.
Was CatDog this year?
Yep. February.
CatDog. Inuneko 6+ in second place. And then I guess I'm a bit caught off guard with first place here. But again, recency bias probably plays a massive factor in it. But the winner of best level limit break legend goes to Stampede Luffy.
Let's go.
This is actually it's a
artwork.
good unit. The artwork one. I think
the artwork is literally the best artwork that any 6+ level limit break anything. Like that artwork alone is just so good.
The unit's really good.
When he's coming from what he had, any artwork would have been better, to be honest.
It's like when they say like all a guy needs is to go for a walk and get a haircut and goes from like a 3 to a 7. Like that's basically what Stampede Luffy literally did. He went for a walk, got a haircut, and damn, now he's sexy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree. I think you're right. I think that, you know, people kind of didn't they might not have disassociated as well as they should have between the level limit break and the 6+, but I mean, alas.
Yeah, like when we go to the Super Evolution category, I wouldn't be shocked if
it was the exact same.
Identical.
Yeah, that's fair.
We'll see.
And, I don't know if it was the 6+ or the level limit break, but didn't Shiki have a really good one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was surprised that Shiki wasn't on here.
He was last year, wasn't he?
No, Shiki was this year.
His level limit break?
Yeah.
His level limit break was last year, I think.
Yeah.
But then his limit break, then his 6+ was, I don't know. It's too damn units to remember, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, Shiki got a good buff this year. Yeah, Zephyr. It was Zephyr.
Oh, Zephyr.
Zephyr also had a really good one too. I think Zephyr actually had a fantastic one as well.
He had a good Super Evolution. His level limit break didn't change like a whole lot, so he might get in the Super Evolution category.
That's also the really weird part, right? Like, it's because like there's like this weird I mean, it's just Bandai's problem with how they've designed this whole upgrading system. Like they're not level limit break 6+ single limit break expansion are not distinct enough to where like each one of them provides.
At least every 6+ is just about that comes out these days is technically free to play. So that's
exactly, cool. And they're all very, very good too. So awesome.
Yeah, they're solid units.
All right, best super tandem of the year. Ooh, so this incorporates all. I think like without even having to read the category, I think you guys could probably.
I bet the lead performers on this list.
Maybe.
They were up for nomination. But
Nami definitely.
23 nominees, 2.9 thousand total votes. In 4th place, Legend Alba.
What? What the heck?
I feel like that has to come from how good Albert is in and of himself.
Well, Super Tandem itself is like
Super Tandem alone is not great.
It's fine. It's acceptable, is what it is. That's crazy.
Questionable.
In 3rd place, Kaido vs Yamato, or like the verse Yamato portion of
good
it.
Tandem.
Yep, peak.
Very good.
In 2nd place, Quick
Zoro.
Ooh, Nami won again.
And in 1st place, I don't think to anyone's surprise, we've been raving about this unit for the whole year. It's Sainami. Who else?
Best girl.
Shout out to Nami.
Incredible unit. It goes without saying. I think that this was such a blindside for the Treasure Cruise community when she appeared on the New Year's banner, and everyone read her kit and was like, "Damn, she's good." And then everyone used it and was like, "Damn, she's really good." Incredible unit.
And look, we're getting close to New Year's again, so hopefully we get another game-breaking unit.
I would love that. That isn't a Luffy. I would love that. I love the idea of game-breaking units that aren't. Yeah, give me. I don't know. Give me a buggy. We'll see.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. Now a unique category because it happened this year. The best ship upgrade.
Oh, we got some good ones.
We had a lot of 37 ships. Can you believe that? 37 ships have got their level 12 upgrades. I didn't even know we had 37 ships in the game, let alone Like, what the hell?
But out of 37 ships, how many could you possibly upgrade? That's
I think 6. I think 6 or 7 at max right now.
Yeah, that
so,
sounds right.
it's just like, fuck you, I guess. All right. The dinghy takes 4th place. I think it's a bit of a snub. I think the dinghy's fucking goated. Yeah. But
see, the thing is dinghy came out first. Like, it was one of the first ships to get the upgrade. A lot of people would have went for it because of how good of an upgrade it was. But then I feel like the whole, I would use the host ship more than the dinghy. But there's positives and negatives. Dinghy has a lot of HP now, which is huge. And you know, the Ho has EXP. So that makes sense.
I think ships that got utility should be at the top.
Yeah.
Speaking of
utility,
going, Mary? 1000 Sunny. That's a
-1
attack down, I think it does. Is that the one that does the attack down removal? Yep. Which is just broken, by the way, for a ship.
And the ship special.
Absolutely.
2.25 attack boost now. Very good.
Second place, Mary go.
Ooh.
Shout out to the Mary.
Sense.
And then
Kizuna ship.
This is like all the.
It's gonna be
and then with Todd has his finger on the pulse of the nation. It's the Ho ship.
Yeah. That's the one that most people would have upgraded.
I never did.
It's just a very easy ship to upgrade, especially for like that mid approaching end game kind of player. Get the EXP boost, nice attack buffs, etc., etc. Like it's always gonna provide you a lot more overall. I think what got snubbed here though is the Guild Tesoro ship. I think that ship is absolutely
another thing that the host ship
broken.
does that a lot of people forget about is the extra 2,000 heal per turn. Very nice, and the special buff to get the orb boost as well. It's a good ship, despite the EXP boost. Yeah,
absolutely. All right. Now we move on to some new categories this year. So, as I mentioned in the previous episode of the Great Power Podcast, we wanted to provide categories that kind of let a couple of other legends shine a bit of light in terms of having the opportunity to win categories. I didn't realize that we had no fucking legends released this year that were like just their bespoke color only. I didn't realize that until I was making these
we got a lot of legends this year, but when you actually boil it down to each color or category,
not a lot of each color.
Not a lot per category. Yeah.
But this has kind of taken the reason why I decided to add these factors in was because of the game it does their kind of like awards as well, or like they do like their best of pretty much. And essentially the way that they vote on that is on their website they have like each color and they have all the units under each of those colors, and then you can pick 3 for each color. And I was like, that's actually a really good idea to kind of showcase color units in their own unique color and give them an opportunity to also like win as well. But nonetheless, the best strength legend. There are only 7. Can you believe that? Only 7 strength legends, which is just insane. But still, nonetheless, in 4th place, we have Kizuna RR.
Let's go.
Shout out to Boa. Shout out to her Rumble abilities too. She's pretty good in Rumble.
Boa sucks.
No, she's awesome. She was the first unit as well to bring out that buff, whereas like you get an attack boost until you lose a certain amount of HP.
Yes.
Very, very cool.
Tony is right. These are all solo legends. That's why, we did the colors. There is a duel later on. But 3rd place, we have Anni Kobe.
Well, when your category's small,
we characters are going to be up. You got to scrape the bottom of the barrel.
It's Kaido just came out.
Yeah, recently. In 2nd place, Annie Luffy takes
that's a big jump in percentage of votes.
Yeah.
And then in an even bigger jump after that, who would have thought it? Super Kaido.
Yes.
Let's go, Big Daddy.
Shout out to Kaido. I just appreciate that he didn't make me do 7 multis. I only had to do a multi for him.
Yeah, you got
2 multis for him.
But the thing about Kaido though is that he needs a good super tandem aside from a free-to-play lead performance.
TM lead performance. That's all he needs. That's all you need. That's all you need is TM lead performance, and this guy, and you can do like 100 billion damage. No, I think all in all, Super Kaido is actually I think of the whole Gear 5 celebration, everyone knows this unit's incredible, but I think more light needs to be shone on the fact that unit is fucking broken. Like, this unit is so really goddamn good in its own regard. And I think that
but the thing about it is that like he's a really good unit by himself, but The problem is like on a Super Boss Kizuna sense, if you can just build Gear 5 Luffy, like you should against a Dex boss, right? They wanted you to use Kaido, but just use a Gear 5 team, and it's just better. You know, it's
absolutely, it's
funny, but he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good moving forward.
And I mean, like, you know, pull a couple copies on the upcoming New Year's banner, get that rush up a little bit. It's just more and more damage overall. So, you know, awesome. All right, keep with the theme, best Dex Legend of the year. 9 nominees this time, a little bit more variety. 2.2 thousand total votes.
I guess number 1.
Yes, but in 4th place, versus Blackbeard. Underrated character. Only recently pulled in. But this Whitebeard versus Blackbeard, if there was an underrated Legend of the Year award, it would have been Whitebeard versus Blackbeard, because they are really, really good, and it is not fair how good they are.
Oh shit. Speaking of Blackbeard, I literally just pulled him.
Oh yeah, the worst one.
Dude. This dude
hate flame. All right. In 3rd place, actually no, Chris, you said you wanted to guess first. What do you?
Yeah, well, I was gonna guess Dex Big Mom, but then Todd just told me Sanji, duh, and I was like, oh, that's also really good. But I could see both of them
top 2
being, like that. Those are definitely the top 2.
All right, I want to break your bubble then. Big Mom, 3rd place.
Wow.
Oh,
that's shocking.
You guys keep forgetting about one of Todd's favorite legends versus Yamato in 2nd place.
The unit's good, but
I didn't consider that a solo legend because it's versus.
All right, you want to get pedantic? If a versus is its own little box, its own little character. They don't swap. They don't do. Ask Tony. We argued about this for hours, and then I made the executive decision. But I think to no one's surprise, once again, Super Sugo Sanji. This unit's crap.
I mean, you gotta remember that like Sanji came out before Big Mom, so people probably would have pulled for Sanji, and maybe they didn't have gems for Big Mom.
Yeah.
But I think in the endgame player sense, I feel like Big Mom is gonna see more play. But then again, when Gear 5 being as good as he is, Sanji works better with Gear 5.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So it makes sense.
We got a lot of good decks, from this small soil, a lot of good Dex Legends this year.
A very good batch,
a very solid amount. Like it just
2
and
just 3 are really close.
Mm-hmm.
They're like 7 votes apart.
Oh wow, yeah.
All right, try reading again, Flame. Just one more time, please. 107 votes apart, but anyway, who's counting, right? All right,
no, best 2 and 3 are only 7 votes.
There you go. I'm just a Flame hater today. I love it. It's good. He's fucking good. He's got the fucking fringe on. He's got these fucking tattoo. Fuck that guy, man. He's looking too attractive. Best quick legend of the year. Best quick legend of the year. Only 7 quick legends again this year. Nonetheless. Hiyori.
Mm-hmm.
Sliding on in.
The new Hiyori
sliding on in. Pretty good. A little bit of a shock for most people. Annie Sabo.
Yeah.
I love Annie Sabo. I think it's such an incredible good unit. I think Annie Sabo is so good.
Yeah, he's
we
good.
love Annie.
The only thing that's bad about Sabo is his Rumble stuff is like pretty mid, but he also his Super Venom's like kind of also not great. But dude, like this unit just is good. He's just a good ass unit.
He's a good ass unit. Amen.
Yeah.
2nd place.
Yep.
Super Sugo Zoro.
My girl.
Zoro.
And it wouldn't be an award show without Robin taking the 1st place. Super Sugo Robin takes first place.
Shout out to Knight.
Yeah, shout out to Knight one time, man. Rest in peace. Robin takes the cake there. I think this is gonna be the most shocked category because I think it was very much a shoo-in for Zoro to win, but I think people. I'm gonna be honest. People only recognize Zoro's value later on in the year. Mm-hmm. Like, I think everyone's initial thought of Zoro was like, oh, it's going to be way too hard to get him into the full Enma state. But then no one realized, like, just chuck this guy on your crew and he has an incredibly broken Super Tandem and provides you so much stuff as well that I think that Robin took took the dub there because of that. I think it was like too little too late for people to realize that Zoro's value is so high.
Zora only really sees a lot of value when he's super tandems max, whereas like
Yeah.
Robin doesn't have a super tandem, so you can use her all the time. But with Zora, like I feel like you're only gonna get the best value out of him when his super tandem is maxed or at level 4 at least.
And the two conditionals is so good. It's like free damage.
Yeah, I mean, both. Like, I understand why Zora probably is number one. Like, like hypothetically, if you have him max, Zora probably is better than Robin for sure. But you gotta think that the majority voted for Robin because they use her more than Zora. That's just how it is.
Completely fair.
I agree with Stump.
Yeah.
Robin is irreplaceable on a free.
That's it. It's irreplaceable. Robin's the best. Robin's irreplaceable. Period. She's just the best.
I was gonna say it's looking a little spicy. There's some discourse in chat.
You know, people aren't happy, but hey, that's what we're here for. We're here for the content, baby. The best STR Legend. Now, we got a lot of STR Legends this year because
who's gonna win this?
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win this? No, what's more interesting is second, third, and fourth though. But Annie Shanks being fourth, not bad there.
I love Shanks. He's good.
Fuck Stump.
Fuck Stump.
Oh, true.
Momo. Momo being third. Not bad. I think Momo might be like, you know, like it's such a sick legend.
Yeah.
Second place, Nami. This is like, this is the unfortunate reality. We all know Gear 5's gonna win, right? Like it's fair, especially in this category. But it's so sad that like Nami was like first place for so long, like, you know, for such a long period of time. Then Luffy's like, slides in, is like, I'm the best now. Momo robbed, agreed.
He's the captain, so.
Yeah, I'm the captain now. Yeah.
All right, and then wrapping up the colors here, best INT Legend. This is a bit more of a, not a lot of INT, six solo INT Legends.
I mean, we already know what the top 4 is.
All right, go Todd. Give me top 4.
It's all. Well, I don't know the order, but I know it's Kaido.
Give me the
Jack,
order.
Queen,
Give
King,
me the order. I want to see if you can bing the order.
Jack, Queen, King, Kaido.
So close.
I think
Jack, Queen versus Kaido and Alba. Alba's number 1. This is the first non-Super Sugo unit. The first non-Super Sugo unit to win. Alba gets there.
Legend of the year.
The best base legend of the year. Alba,
Yeah,
what a hero.
Absolutely. What a beast.
Shout out to that guy.
Is this before the nerf? Didn't they get nerfed?
This is pre-nerf for so. Post-nerf.
Even with the nerf, Alba's still a beast.
Yeah.
He's still good. Yeah.
I agree. Alba, very, very
like
good.
a lot of people will say, "Oh, why did these guys win?" But when you look at the other INT characters in this category,
Scratchman, the Pooh and Killer. You got a Pooh and Killer, man. Two of the worst legends this year. So.
Nah, man, I voted for Apu, bro. Chill out.
Poo head.
Yeah, shout out to Apu.
All right, now the more stacked category of the colors, the best dual legend of the year. We got a lot of dual units this year, 11 to be exact.
Okay.
Oh, okay. One thing about this, I really hope that Luffy Yamato didn't receive a lot of votes.
Well,
I'm not a fan of that unit.
In fourth place, Rayleigh Gaban.
What?
I know.
No way.
This is bullshit. This is
be
bullshit.
Way higher.
Rayleigh Gaban is so good. It's actually I don't agree. In third place, Lauren Kidd, the Super Sugo Lauren Kidd.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, little kid.
I did 30 multis for Lion Kid, so I'm glad to see them on the top 3.
They better be good.
Super Sugo, Luffy, and Yamato in second.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
It's okay. It's okay.
And in first place, TM, Nami, and Karina. Who would have thunk it?
That unit's cracked.
Booba sucks.
I just don't like. It's actually like Bandai does this weird thing that like every year they just release a unit just for no reason, reason at all is cracked. For, like there's no need for this unit to be as good as they are, but they're just.
Dude, why did they slapped like that film gold celebration like crazy? 6+ Tesoro, Nami, Karina, Ray's Max, TM Rare Recruit. They gave us the film gold TM free to play character with that amazing support as well.
Yep.
They just slapped this celebration. It was crazy.
It's just like the unit is like there was no reason for this unit to be as good as it was, and it just was, which is just always like
that's a good call.
Yeah.
Like the voting between 1 and 2 is so close.
Very close.
3 and 4.
1% in there. Yeah. Wild.
Jeez.
All right. Now, the best Super Sugo / Anni exclusive Legend of the Year.
I wonder who's gonna win this category.
Kind of seems like a theme for the most part of the awards there. But in 4th place, before that, 17 nominee, 17 Anni exclusive / Super Sugos this year, by the way.
Gosh.
I was telling
Todd pre-show,
and for those in the chat as well. So the award show is from November 30th last year to November 30th this year is the time frame. In that time frame, we had 50 legends release. So of those 50 legends, 17 of them were exclusive. So above a third of the legends that released this year were exclusive to some degree. And so exclusive in terms of Super Sugo and Anni exclusive. Like, damn. Like, what are we doing here, man? 3,000 votes. But in 4th place, Robin.
Okay.
3rd place, Sanji.
Shout out to my boy.
2nd place, Nami. You know, the queen.
First.
Followed by the king, Gear 5, Luffy. Who would have thunk it? Not me, that's for sure. Big gap, though, in the votes when you look at it. Like, you know,
yeah. Like, it's pretty clear cut, like, who was the #1 legend this year so far. From these Super Sugo units. And the thing about Luffy as well is you want 2 copies of him. You want the star and the 6-star plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So it's crazy.
All right. The best Super Evo. Here we go.
Wow.
The best Super Evolution. A lot of Super Evolutions this year. 26 to be exact.
I would love to see Zephyr on here, but I have no idea who's in this.
Just to preface, this includes all Super Evos. So yes, there are 5 stars amongst these voting options as well. In 4th place, one of Todd's favorite legends is the Quick Uta 6+.
Oh yes, sir.
Very, very good character. In 3rd place, Roger 6+.
Wow.
Ooh, I forgot he got a 6+.
I don't think he deserved to be on this list compared to, like, when you look at the other characters and the buffs they got from their 6+, I don't think Roger should have been on this list.
Absolutely.
But hey,
if Tesoro's not on here, I'm gonna be really sad.
Well, kid being sad then, Carissa, because 2nd place is Neko and Inu 6+.
Neko and Inu.
And I mean, I think we all know who takes the cake here.
Yep.
Gear 5 6+ takes the cake for best Super Evo.
He's sweeping.
He is. Gear 5 came to the Game Awards and has taken away every nomination he can receive. You know, it's a. Yeah. I do agree. I think that Neko should have been first. Like, that unit literally was dead and then got to like the ER room. And they like fucking ran the shot, and then they like made the unit good. Like, you know,
I feel
it was
like
one of those
the way
things.
that people's perspective should have been on this category would have been like,
old to new.
Like, yeah, the buff difference. Like, what was the actual buffs they got from their current form to their 6+? And if you go by that sense, Luffy probably shouldn't have been on this list. Roger probably not on this list. Uta probably not on this list either.
I think Uta does.
Tesoro should have been on the list.
I think Uta deserves to be on this list purely because, like, the revive from like the top Musica 6+ being absolutely poo to like the quick cerebral queen that, like, you know, that she is now, like, is a massive glow up in that regard. But I think Zephyr, Tesoro should have easily been on this list without a doubt too. All right,
crazy.
Yeah.
Moving on to the worst Super Evo of the year. We love this category. No. We love this category. Same. 26 nominees, 2.2 thousand. In 4th place, Sanji and Judge.
Judge, yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna leave top 2 for you guys because in 3rd place is the Raid Luffy, Law, and Kid 5+, which is a pretty weird thing to vote for as the worst 5+. But I mean, hey,
pretty sure they actually got nerfed, didn't they? When they
I think so. I think they got worse.
I mean, yeah, there was a part of their kit that changed when they Super Evo'd and made them worse.
All right,
but either
top two. What are you guys thinking? How do we feel?
Whitebeard Marco.
Yeah, and Big Mom probably.
Whitebeard Marco.
Big Mom.
In what order?
Whitebeard Marco is the worst one.
Hey, Todd.
I don't know. Dual Big Mom is
Finger
really
on the
bad.
pulse of the nation, mate. V2, Big Mom 6+, and Whitebeard and Marco takes the cake for the worst Super Evo of the year.
Literally useless still.
You got to give respect to Big Mom though, because I know that the hardcore players.
She's
the reason
good.
why
She's good.
They didn't want Big Mom on this list because she's good for like 3 Grand Voyages, which is cool.
On the low ski, low ski, YB Marco 6+, not bad.
Where are you going?
On the low ski, I think that there is value there. I think it's just
he's in the basement.
Hidden potential. I'm 6 feet under, mate.
If you go from their base form to when they super evolved, how much of a buff did each of these characters get?
Good negative buff, good debuff.
They didn't get much, to be fair.
They got debuff. I think on the low ski, the real ones no. YB Marco not bad. All right. Best game mode / content. Whoa, we love content in OPTC.
Content in Treasure Cruise?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, this is actually just like 4 banners. Like the best 4 banners of the year. That's what the content really is. 10 nominees. 2100. In 4th place. Arenas. We had like 3 arenas this year. People love arenas somehow, some way.
If only we got more of them.
Kizuna.
3rd place, everyone's favorite game mode. Treasure map.
Bro, what?
I think that's gonna change going forward because a lot of the casuals, like this girl right here, they've made it way easier for us to get through treasure map. Get
10
all the
million out, baby. 10 million out.
Yes, peace out.
In 2nd place, which I think is actually really positive for the game, Pirate King Adventure, PKA. Taking 2nd place for everyone's favorite / best game mode / content. I think that's an ode to it, but you know, in no surprise, the winner is I'm kidding, it's Kizuna / Super Kizuna. No rumble this year in the top 4. Hold that, Stump.
Kizuna and Super Kizuna, it's especially Super Kizuna. That's probably the most fun, but the rewards are still not great.
Still shite. Absolutely
Treasure
shite.
map is the best game mode for rewards.
Yep.
Yes. I couldn't agree more.
Grand Party's my favorite.
Yeah, right. Said no one ever.
Just kidding. I hate that mode more than anything.
I think Chris is right. I think TM potentially has the opportunity to like really progress forward in the coming year. I also think that whatever this whole Kizuna game playability update that they've talked about in the past could potentially really revive Kizuna as well. And the new mode, the new co-op.
Yeah, that's the thing. Next year we were going to have co-op quests, which hopefully makes it up here.
I can't wait to clear all the content with you.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Hey, someone help me, please.
Yeah.
I need someone to play please, but we'll see how it goes. But I mean, look, we're like again, like we mentioned pre-show, like you know, a lot of updates coming out, a lot of much faster cadence in the current point in time. So hopefully that means that they're going to keep rejigging and reworking and you know, working with, you know, game modes and new game modes and constantly just progressing the game forward as much as possible. So always a dub there nonetheless. We're getting to the tail end here. We got 6 more categories to go. We've actually run through this award show quite quickly. I think it's a nice little pace there. But the best legend artwork of the year. Oh, but Poppy, where's the ink effect? I didn't want to do it this year. I had enough. It's too much goddamn effort. I couldn't do it this year. I couldn't do it. No. What we realized is that we didn't have a way to keep track of what ink effects had come out properly. So I was like, I'll give up. It's too hard. But best legend artwork of the year. This is just all legends. So like we said, 50 legends coming this year. 5.6 thousand votes for this category.
And I mean, this is like not like, I feel like, well, with a lot of the categories, you could kind of measure which one would win. But this is a category that's purely subjective in every way, shape, and form. So this could go in any way.
I think it was.
I'm gonna make my pick for this one.
What's it?
I think it's gonna be Gear 5, just because it's iconic.
Interesting. Todd, what do you think?
Nami and Carrot.
Oh, interesting. So what was
like
it? Was 20? I think we did the award show 2021. I think it was a waifu sweep. I think 2022 was all husbando sweep. So this year, I wonder what it's gonna be.
Yeah, Zoro and Alba's artworks were pretty hot, so could be them too.
In 4th place is the Anni Strength Luffy. The recent one that came out with the white effect, and very, very cool.
Yeah. Stampede Luffy.
No, the
I mean that's Stampede. No, Film Red. Yeah.
In 3rd place, in Alba.
Okay.
Where the iconic Papu tweet of saying "I'm gay now" has originated from.
That's so close.
Yeah.
In 2nd place, Quick Zoro.
Okay. A lot of people in chat were asking for him.
It's Gear 5. It's got to be Gear 5, isn't it?
It's got to be Gear 5. Gear 5 takes the by 7 votes. Gear 5 takes the sweep. Another category in the Infinity Gauntlet for Gear 5.
53 votes.
We do love it.
I think this is our closest category.
Yeah, I think this is the closest period. I don't think it gets. No,
I would have been surprised if he didn't win.
Yeah, I think you're right, Flame. I think it is it's purely the iconic nature of like the hand over the eyes, like laughing.
Like there probably are better artworks, but it's just this.
It's Gear 5. Like it's what One Piece fans have been like holding out for like this transcended just like over just treasure cruise. It seeped into like just general like One Piece community as well, like which I think is
crazy. We didn't even see Katakuri and Oven make it on. That's wild.
Alright, moving on. The best new update feature. We had a lot of new update features that came out, which I think is really good. And we've mentioned a few times now, but we're going faster and faster, which is obviously very important there, nonetheless. But 19 of these options here. In 4th place, we have the Shipyard update. Okay. Nice. Very good update to some degree. It's good, but there naturally are a lot of ways they could have made it just way, way better. But I mean, it's a way to upgrade ships, provides more, opportunities to progress your account. Very good. 3rd place, we have the Sailor and Support filter. This is probably the best update of the year.
Yeah, that should have been there
filter now. There's
ago.
the potential ability filter as well. Like they've added in a lot more. I reckon they've hired some guy. They've hired like a fucking good programmer. They've just brought some guy in who's actually doing good work with the. We just need a
captain ability filter now.
Yeah, that's next. That's next. Exactly right.
It's Solaris on the low.
he's working overtime.
He's in the spaghetti code. He's diving in.
He's in the mines. In 2nd place, we have Auto Powerer. In 2nd place, I think aside from the meme of Auto Power releasing, then it being immediately removed after its release, Auto Power Up is like one of the greatest things to come to Treasure Cruise. The fact that it also works really well. It has a nice intricate system where like it knows what to upgrade, what the priorities are upgrading. Like it won't upgrade things if they're already maxed out. Like it's a very positive way to just quickly spam through your box. The only downside is it connects 35 times to the server to make sure it can it can upgrade. But alas, maybe they'll hire a network engineer one day, so we'll wait and see. And in 1st place, I think a very underrated update. Buffs display their values.
Oh yeah, that's great.
So good.
This was not a thing when the game first came out.
Yeah, that's a problem. But this was very very hidden. They didn't speak about this in any of the patch notes. But then somebody went in and like tested the updates, and they pressed and held, over one of the updates, and you can now see how much they. It's not for everything. Debuffs don't show anything. Chain locking and chain boundary, I think, don't show either. So like, there's still ways to go with like fleshing out this particular update, but the fact that I can now like press and hold in an attack boost and like see like it's like a 2.5x or whatever is just like a massive positive. But again, very close category, 9 votes between 1st and 2nd there. So
pretty close.
All right, we are really rolling into the final 4 categories of the year with
here we go.
Moment of the year. Now I'm very upset. Grand Maintenance didn't win.
Oh, damn.
Because, and you know why that I'm upset about that? Because Grand Maintenance on the low ski was like one of the, it was actually a really good thing to happen to the game. Now hear me out. And I think it was one of the Dokkan players that mentioned it. I don't remember his name. Was it?
Goresh.
Goresh mentioned. He was like, the fact that the game had planned to not last as long as it did, and it has lasted as long as it has, is an ode to the community and ode to the development team for maintaining the game for so long. I think that like that hidden message that obviously isn't seen because everyone's like, I can't play. I think is like the real reason why like Grand Maintenance on the low was like a really important.
You know what's actually funny about what you just said? It's so funny because the first time I met the community manager Nick, for the first time when I got in a call with him, he said, we plan to continue updating Treasure Cruise for a long time, even up until the 10th year anniversary. Well, obviously they didn't.
they were not planning that. I think Nick was too optimistic. Nick was being too optimistic. But like, I think that's the hidden agenda behind that. But nonetheless, in 4th place, before that, 18 nominees, 2.5 thousand votes roughly. 4th place, the additional 6+ Uta. What a random situation to occur, by the way. The fact
Shout out to the Japan community.
JP.
Actually, JP complaining was crazy because they don't complain about anything. But the fact that we got a top musica, which I think was which last year won worst Super Evo, that made Uta just so much worse. And then they were just like, JK, here's a new 6+, and if you have Uta, we're going to give you an additional copy of Uta as well. So like, and here are the skulls, and it's like, damn, that's a crazy update to do. And I wonder if it was also a push from the IP, like from the movie as well, like the people that made Film Red, and were just like, damn, people really hate like Top Musica. It made no damn sense why. And they updated all the arts and everything of the sort too. Like
it's because Top Musica isn't Uta. Like they made it so that Uta transformed into Top Musica, which was not technically correct.
Yeah.
So I get why people were complaining about, and the character wasn't great in normal content. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I understand it, and it was cool, and the unit was great, and it came out right before New Year's. So the whole New Year's celebration last year was wild.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully we can follow suit. In 3rd place, the dual units receiving super evolutions.
Yes, sir.
Damn,
Who thought it was technologically possible to happen? Bandai made whoever they've hired, whoever this Donnie is sitting behind his computer 19 hours a day grinding away at the code. They are doing bits, I should say. God bless.
This is another thing that I guess is a little bit of a like spicy thing is like I actually asked Bandai people about Super Evolving Super Evos a long time ago, and they said it was not. Yeah, it's Super Evolving dual units, and they said it wasn't possible.
Yeah, so that's where the meme comes from that conversation, conversation. Like, I think people kind of latched onto that because we used to joke about like, it's not technologically possible, and everyone just kind of believed that and ran with it. But there you go.
We don't have the facilities for that, big man.
We don't have the facilities. Second place. Go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go.
Oh no, I was gonna say I personally voted for that, like to be first because
absolutely
a lot of the OG people, like a lot of the newer people, probably wouldn't understand. But we were waiting for this for so long.
So long, dude. And
they came out swinging with Cat Dog too.
Dude, there were so many good expectations set.
Yeah, absolutely. They set the bar way too high. Like for Bandai standards, they said it way too high.
Job, Whitebeard Marco.
Whitebeard Marco. Hey man. Whitebeard Marco's good, man. I swear. In 2nd place, the New Year's Sugo Fest. So basically the 2022-23 New Year's Sugo Fest.
5.
Okay.
And I mean, it goes that saying, taking a sweep of the awards, adding another stone to the Infinity Gauntlet. It is the Gear 5 release plus celebration. I mean,
to be fair, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
What'd you expect?
I will say, as someone who is anime only, that literally, I didn't even realize that somebody at our locals had a Gear 5 mat because I thought it was one of the captains from Black Clover. That's how oblivious I was to Gear 5.
Chris is like, damn, that's a really weird way to draw Luffy. Like, why is he like in all white? What the hell?
I didn't even realize it was Luffy. I literally, every time I caught a glimpse of it, I thought it was one of the captains from Black Clover. I didn't even realize it was a Luffy. So when they announced the Gear 5, whenever I would open the phone, I would hold my hand over it because I didn't want to know what was coming with Gear 5. I didn't even want it to.
I know, like they released all these teasers before the anime episode. I'm like, oh my god, Chris, you gotta watch these teasers.
I stayed off all social media. I held my hand over my phone anytime I opened the game.
You know what was the most annoying thing though is that after she finally saw what Gear 5 was, and I'm like, oh, what do you think? And she's like, oh, yeah, it looks okay.
What?
I was like, bro, what? Like the hype shit ever.
Oh, like it's Gear 5, like. It's cool. And then I felt like an idiot because I realized that map that I was watching this girl play with was Gear 5 and not Black Clover.
Did you I know you said you didn't see, but did you like know it was like a thing?
I didn't. So in Todd's chat, obviously people so I knew Gear 5 was a thing, but that's literally all I knew.
Yeah.
I knew nothing
that's
about
good.
it.
That's good.
Didn't even know like the jumping the moon thing. That's why I didn't even see that silhouette or that shadow. So like everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, this," and I was like, "I'm not even looking, so I don't even know what this is." So that I didn't want to like set some expectation for myself and then be super disappointed in what it was.
Absolutely.
But
yeah, I was gonna say one of the great things about the Gear 5 spoiler is like obviously it's hard to dodge that he did it, but the coolest part about it is like the story element. So like as long as you didn't know that, I think it's okay.
I had no clue. I had no clue.
Perfect.
It's pretty cool.
I mean that wasn't just like Treasure Cruise moment of the year. That was just like One Piece community moment of the year.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the fact that again like Gear 5 transcended like the Gear 5 release and Treasure Cruise transcended beyond just. I tweeted. I want to shout out to Goldie because he was the one that grabbed the special animation. But I remember tweeting that I got like 1,000 likes on the special animation for just the Gear 5, and I'm like, fuck, like people are really into this, you know what I mean? Like it was ridiculous. Like people were just like hammering around for just as much Gear 5 content as they could possibly like get. And I think like that was probably one of the biggest mistakes of Bounty Rush was that they didn't release Gear 5 until a little bit later. Like because Gear 5 released an anime and then they released it a little bit later. Which like
our lore and kid celebrations were swapped.
Yes, which I think was the correct way to do it. In reality, like the fact that Gear 5 lines up with the anime release was like bang bang, like anime release, he's in the game now, like go spend your money. Whereas like they waited, which is like like probably not the best.
They've already spent their money in Treasure Cruise.
Exactly, hold that. Bounty Rush. Fuck you guys. We're the best. We're the best One Piece game. All right, 3 categories remaining. The big 3. Starting off with Content Creator of the Year. This is always a really hard category to choose because I make the decisions on this one. So if you think you deserve to be on it and you're not, come talk to me and I'll tell you why you weren't. No, I'm kidding. But
why
it's always
was
really
I not on this?
Okay, sorry. Stream more forehead. It's a naturally very tough category. We say it every single year. We say it in podcast episodes. Just if you're thinking about making content, for Treasure Cruise, just do it.
Do it.
We need as many people as we possibly can have just making content and being part of the community and getting super duper involved in everything of the sort. And it's always a privilege, especially from somebody from my perspective, to be able to like look through the content and look through everything of the sort. It's a blessing nonetheless. But we ended up rounding it out to 15 total nominees. I'm going to read them all off because I think these people deserve their spotlight nonetheless. You have Todd, Chaozu, Stump, Subconsi, Nitro Sage, myself. I did put a poll out on Twitter because I didn't want to be fulfilling and people said I should be included. So I just wanted to put it out there. Captain Musashi, Bebo, B-Bro, Obito-san, who has now quit, so thank you for your service, Obito, Omae Wabaka, Rubionic, Dilba, Siddiq OPTC, and Doble7. So those were the nominees that we kind of picked out from there. But with that being said, let's just get into it with Subconsi in 4th place. An absolute stalwart of the community.
I just wish he uploaded more. That's the only problem.
That's the only problem. But when he uploads, the quality is incredible. It's he
is Gigabrain.
He's awesome.
He puts things together that blows my mind. And
it blows it blows the entire Treasure Cruise community's mind because he does shit and you're like, how did he think of that?
I can do that.
You're like, damn, that unit does exist. You know, like you can actually do that. You know, and I think that like, and he's just been around for so long. He's been making content for such a long period of time, and like it's
years. Yeah,
you know, it's really awesome that he's he's around. But you know, like you said, please upload more. We love the content. In third place, Stump. Stump takes.
Shout out to Stump. No matter how many times I say fuck Stump.
Yeah, this is the first time we say we love you, Stump. You know, not fuck Stump. But look, like
once a year.
Yeah, you get your one shot a year. Look, at the end of the day, Stump has picked up his game tremendously. He's worked on his content so much more this year. He's uploaded so much more as well this year, and I think that like that goes to show that he's really trying to push the boundaries of Treasure Cruise in terms of like more creativity in the content that he's making and really pushing that content as far as he possibly can, uploading a lot, uploading shorts as well. Like it's really awesome, and his growth has been incredible this year. He has shot up in I think he's at like 12, almost 13k subs now from like maybe 6,000 or 7,000 last year. Like, you know, doubling his sub count has been incredible, you know, and like it's just an ode to the quality and the dedication he's put into his content. In second place, Chaozu. Look at that vote margin, by the way.
Shout out to Chaozu. I use Chaozu videos all the time when Todd videos I can't build teams for.
Chaozu's videos are harder to build for sometimes though. But look, 6 votes in between it.
I'm like, wow, it's everything's 150 in Rainbow and expanded. I kind of suck. But he brings out things that, like, Todd, for as much as I love you, he does a lot of very basic things that are very, like, I can see it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Whereas Chaozu throws in a little bit of that subconscious stuff where I'm like, I never would.
Like he's like
the in between of
like the global version of
like I think
subconscious.
I think like the way that I see Chaozu's content in particular, like, you know, and I mean, to be frank, like, I don't think Chaozu and I personally see eye to eye, but like purely from the content perspective alone, like he just makes good content, good watchable content, provides teams, provides ways to clear it. He also pumps out content at a rapid rate as well. You know, he's always on top of everything.
Well, like Stump, Chaozu both upload very frequently.
Yes,
and that's the thing as well. Like
all the time.
If you're gonna upload Treasure Cruise videos, like try and do it as much as you can. And these guys do that.
And I think what you mentioned, Carissa, like, and I think that's the correct way to approach it, is that, you know, like, if you have subconscious for the JP community, you have Chaozu for the global community. I think that's kind of the perspective that you would definitely take on things. And I think that it's really positive that we have somebody who's like that, like middle to end, like pretty much that like higher mid game to like more end game kind of perspective of a player. Provides an excellent grounding for people to like jump into that next level of like, okay, I've developed my box, I've got enough characters, like I'm getting there now, like now I can start like building the bigger teams and clearing content more effectively, and Chaozu provides that perspective. Stump provides that, like, Stump is a chump, but Stump provides that like holistic, like overarching, like very beginner to very end game perspective. You know, like, and that's kind of like the realms they sit in. But I mean, it goes without saying, and the winner of Content Creator of the Year, the king of the cruise, some may say, it is Captain, it is Toski.
I appreciate it.
Round of applause for Todd. I
appreciate it.
I think that, like, you know, I mean, even if you're here now, I'm going to blow smoke up your ass for a little bit, so, you know, sit tight, cringe a little bit. It's the GOAT, you know what I mean? Like, it's the stalwart. It's the... I'm going to look at the camera, because if I look at you, you're just going to keep cringing the whole time. But, like, it's... Todd's the GOAT, right? Like, at the end of the day, like, he holds the community on his back. Without Todd, the global community would not be where it is today. He's pushed the boundary in terms of content in its own regard. His uploading quality is second to none. Thumbnails are still absolutely incredible. Furthermore, he's pushed the boundary from the corporate side of things, talking to the community managers, trying to talk to the production team, you know, with whatever means that he possibly can get into. Like, he listens to the feedback, he actions it. Like, at the end of the day, if Chaozu's like the mid to end game content, Stump's like the holistic perspective, Todd's the kind of person that you go in, he provides you 3 or 4 teams that you most likely can build, and, you know, you can clear the content in that regard there. Like, and I think that at the end of the day, like, there would be that I think Global would have disappeared a long time ago if Todd wasn't still creating content for the community. So I mean, I'll stop blowing smoke up your ass, but yeah, that's my vision of it.
But I mean, it's just great that we have some good content creators in this community. I just really hope that we continue on, in 2024, another big year of Treasure Cruise, of course.
Yeah.
And we just want more content creators. The more content creators, the bigger the community will grow. And each content creator has their own community, which is good. We want to provide a good space for players to join, and sometimes that can be hit or miss. New players coming in, and you've always got those players that like to bully
those
or
chirpers,
make fun of others, and we
don't be that person.
Yeah, don't be that guy. I mean, we all know that there are those guys, but don't be that guy.
I got the names in my head. You want to rattle them off? No, I'm kidding.
I know.
I'm on that list too. No. But look, no, like Todd's 100% correct. Like, I want to give a massive shout out because in 5th place was Nitro Sage. Nitro Sage picked it up this year, and they have just been grinding out content this year, and like the quality of their content is incredibly good as well. And I think that the more of that, the better. And to reiterate those words once again, just make content. You have an idea, put it out there. Even if it's like people like B-Bro, for example. Like, I think B-Bro just he doesn't sit there and like do a discussion video or whatever, but he makes the team, he uploads the video, and he moves on, right? And I think that at the end of the day, like, that's the overarching benefit of what Treasure Cruise content can be. Because a lot of the times, the videos that get the most views are just like a 2-minute video of like a team that just clears the content. It's not like this 15-minute video of like, here's me talking through the gameplay and discussing. But it's like, if you're clearing content, you're making teams, you're doing stuff, just record your screen and upload it to YouTube. Get the word out there. Keep pushing out that content. Stream it as well. Like, Treasure Cruise is a very hard game to stream, but like, get involved and get a community
as well. Is like, if you go back to all these content creators, like, first videos, like, they're not going to be the best videos you've ever seen, but you improve over time.
Exactly.
Some people even use gems to revive against monster choppers.
I literally gems to revive in one of my first.
What a time to be alive! Like, exactly. You know what I mean?
Right? My first video was garbage. I think my first video was like it was. Remember how they used to do those ranking events back then?
The damage.
I think that was stuff. Yeah. I think it was the damage ranking event, and then I did polls on the DEX Sabo. Those are my first 2 videos.
Damn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and in reality, like, that's content. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, that might get like 1 or 2 views. That might get no views. That might get 1,000 views. That might get 1 million views. But like, at the end of the day, you don't know until you genuinely just like try. And like, I think that that's the most important factor of the Treasure Cruise community, is that like, we just need more people making more content and getting as involved as they possibly can in the community. So I mean, kudos to
round of applause to everyone.
Absolutely right.
Shout out to the content creators for a good year of Treasure Cruise.
Yes, good year, and hopefully next year, being the 10th anniversary, we get even bigger and better things as well. But with every award show, there has to be a loser,
a stinker,
the worst legend of the year. So once again, 50 legends released this year, 3.7 thousand votes. I'm going to read them from 10 upwards. So I have them on my laptop. In 10th place with 155 votes, Quick Momo.
Yeah, wow. Fair.
Is that the new one?
Yep.
Yeah, brand new one.
Oh, damn.
He's not good.
Not good.
In in 9th place is the DEX Vivi Rebecca Shirahoshi Manchurian L+ ratio and fell off and give up with 184 votes.
Wow.
I don't even have them, and I'm not sad.
No, and I have them rainbowed, and I am sad because I wish they were good.
In 8th place is Dex Whitebeard with 191 votes.
I like him.
Rip Pops.
His captain ability is the thing that brings him down.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Is his specials actually good, to be fair?
And Whitebeard has decent supports now with the new aces and all the, like, there's so many good things now.
Yeah.
But he himself sucked.
All right. In
R.I.P.
10, 9, 8. In 7th place, we have the PvP Sai Kawamatsu with 199 votes.
Forgot that was a legend.
Oh, yeah, he came out around Gear 5 time.
He literally swooped in just before Gear 5, like the most useless,
Oh yeah, that
release.
was super random.
Remember we were talking about that on the pod, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, who is this guy? Why is he here, man? He's ass.
What are you?
Dude, what are you doing?
What are you?
So bad. In 6th place, none other than the DEX Mr. Slam Jam and Oven.
Yo!
In 6th place.
My boy, making an appearance.
Ranking up there. He's up there.
Let's go.
In 5th place, PvP Quick Ivankov.
Wow. Okay. I thought that unit was actually not bad. To be fair, that's kind of surprising, actually.
In 4th place, do you guys want to have a couple of guesses for what you think top 4 is?
Well, page 1 is in there.
Page 1, yeah.
Worst legends. I should have had a look while you were talking about him.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it can't be Green Ball, and he's not that bad, to be fair.
He's not up there. He's not this year.
Maybe Jewelry Bonnie, but she's okay. I was gonna say, maybe Killer or Hawkins could be there.
Killer, probably. I've never seen Killer used for anything.
Yeah.
In 4th place,
Izo, maybe.
Kizaru and Fujitora.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about them.
That's a stinker right there.
Yeah.
In 3rd place, Cy Hawkins.
There he is. There he is.
In 2nd place, which I think is kind of undeserved, Strength Kanjuro.
Dude.
Okay, no, that's not right.
If you want to go for underrated Legend of the Year, Kanjuro clearly is underrated because he is so good.
I don't think Kanjuro is bad, personally speaking. I think he's wonky. No. I don't think he's bad. I don't think Kanjuro is bad.
You 337 people are just wrong.
I think Kanjuro is actually quite decent. He's not good.
That's a bad call.
Clearly they don't understand how he works.
And then finally, I don't think to anyone's surprise, the first legend on the list where you could vote for is also the worst legend of the year. It is Pirate Rumble page 1. He fucking
just
sucks.
Nothing. He just doesn't like he like slot locks the bottom row and
slot
like okay, sure, bro, whatever. He's not even good in Rumble.
His support's alright. His support is okay. I'll give him that.
Oh, that redeems everything.
His support is okay. He's a support legend. He's a sport legend. He's just a support legend.
Get this dude off the screen.
Alright. The piece de resistance. The creme de la creme. What we are here for. I just want to say, fucking for Legend of the Year, Page 1 got 3 votes. I don't know who's doing that.
Okay.
I don't know who the fuck is voting for Page 1.
Someone misclicked. 3 people misclicked. We're gonna do the top 10.
I wish I collected emails when I was doing this voting thing. See who voted for Page 1. Send an email like, are you mentally are you okay? Do you need help?
Are you chilling?
Are you okay?
are you doing alright? Oh, let me get the top 10 up here. But again, same thing. Let me create a filter. You know what I'm saying? We love Excel. Same thing again. 50 legends to vote for. We'll go with the top 10. 5,155 votes in total for this category. Who do you think's 10th?
Oh, that's a random pick.
Who do you think's 10th?
Film Red Luffy.
Shanks.
Nami and Karina with 242
Bro,
votes.
I swear on everything, I was going to say that. I swear on my life, I was about to say that.
In 10th place. Yeah, Nami and Karina, 242 votes. In 9th place, Super Sugo Fest, Luffy and Yamato with 248 votes.
Ooh.
In 8th place, INT Alba with 263 votes.
Should have been probably.
In 7th place, Kaido versus Yamato with 306 votes.
Solid legend.
In 6th place, Super Sugo Fest, Kaido with 312
Really?
votes.
Kaido Yamato, I think, is a bit better than Magma Kaido.
I don't think so.
Well, you're wrong.
Okay, we're at top 5 now. What are we thinking? Top 5.
Gear 5
Who's
is
fifth?
definitely one.
Gear 5? Oh, 5th.
Nami.
Nami's counted this year?
Big Mom.
Yeah, Nami's this year. Yep, Nami counts.
Okay.
Big Mom.
So yeah, Nami.
I bet Robin
Sanji.
is.
Big Mom's
Ozor.
11th. Big Mom's 11th.
Oh, 11?
Yes.
Dog,
I think
Big Mom is
Sanji's up
11th.
there.
Okay, then.
Sanji's in the top 5.
It's Zoro.
Sanji, Zoro,
Yeah, Zoro.
Robin, Nami, Gear 5.
In 5th place, Super Sugo Fest Zoro with 340 votes. Now, the top 4, the best legends of the year. In 4th place, we have
Luffy's.
Super Sugo Fest Robin with 354 votes.
Yep.
In 3rd place, we have Super Sugo Fest Sanji with 413 votes.
Nice.
And I don't think it goes without any surprise, the top 2 legends of the year. In 2nd place, the queen of Treasure Cruise for 2023. Arguably one of, if not the best legends to release this year. And then Gear 5, stumped her, which is really frustrating because Nami deserves to be the best legend of the year, is Super Sugo Fest 9 with 500 votes. And
Let's go.
The winner, the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop, the number 1 at the top who can't be stopped, it is Super Sugo Fest Gear 5 Luffy with 672 votes, is the OPTC Community's Legend of the Year.
Can you do me a favor and add up these percentages?
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
Because this is literally 90% of the voting.
That's
at
huge.
least I guarantee this is my brain doesn't function this. I can't math very well, but
Yeah, you're right.
it's got to be like 90% of the votes are just these top 4.
That's wild. Yeah, those are huge percentages.
I think I mathed wrong, to be honest with you. Now I'm looking at it.
Math ain't mathin'.
Math ain't mathing. We had to have one mistake, right? Hold on, let me cook real quick. Yeah, they're all wrong.
Either
Don't
way.
worry. Disregard.
It makes sense.
It makes
though.
sense.
Yeah.
I assumed all the 5 straw hats would be
Disregard. I'll reread the percentages. Let me just run this math again real quick.
Rigged. It's rigged.
It's not rigged.
Yeah.
It's not rigged. Shut up. The percentages are way wrong. Okay, so in reality, Luffy's percentage was 13% of the vote.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Robin's was not. I was linking to a different cell entirely. The cell was just wrong. The cell that was linking to. Nami was 9.7%. Sanji was 8%, and Robin was 6.9%. So still 13% in comparison to 9% of the 9.7%. Like it's just still a massive jump,
I was like, dude, that's a lot of percentages.
Yeah.
I figured Luffy was gonna win, but I personally voted for Nami just because of the longevity, how good she was. Like she was like to this day, you could still say she's like the best legend of the year.
Absolutely. No,
So that's why I would give it to her.
She's a great
Nami's support has been super clutch too. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So good.
But Nami still fucking sucks in Rumble. She's terrible.
I think like Gear 5 is just like deservedly and undoubtedly just an incredibly good unit. Like, do I think this 6+ needed to happen now? No. Do I wish that it happened like 6 months later? Absolutely. Am I mad though? Nah. I think the 6+ of Gear 5 is really, really good as well. Personally speaking, I think there's a lot of people. I think the Gear 5 of 6+ is a very controversial.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is that still a conversation? Like,
I think it is still a
definitive one
conversation, but I mean, I'm still in the camp that I think the Gear 5 6+ is fucking broken. I think he's incredibly good. I think and he's shown that in like in Super Kazunas very, very consistently. It's an absolutely busted unit, especially because you have this color array of like quick Sanji, sorry, quick Robin or Zoro. You have Dex Sanji. You have like you can bring Strength Kaido if you wanted to. Like plenty of units can slide in there. Like you can easily build like that color array with really broken units as well. Like I don't see an issue with the unit as a whole. But I think the fact that he got basically two legends, 6 and 6 star, are two unique like perspectives on things. But like Gear 5 as a unit is just like really good. He's the big. I think Knight probably put it best. He's like, if you're a beginner and you have Gear 5, like just base Gear 5 6 star, like it helps a beginner clear content so incredibly easily, like that you can just run through content. And the fact that the 6+ is just a rainbow captain, like just
they just gave the 6 star version of Luffy like so much, like the utility for getting rid of 2 utilities, two gimmicks, revival because why not, bypass defensive effects, like Jesus.
You know, and
he's 5-3 spirit focused, so he works well with the free-to-play Straw Hats as well.
Exactly. So like he just provide, and I mean to be fair, those free-to-play Straw Hats as well are just incredibly good. Their level limit breaks.
They're really good.
You know, and then again from the perspective of like a beginner player, you're gonna get those level limit breaks for free by just playing content. They just give you the dupe copies, right? So if you have Gear 5 hypothetically and those free-to-play units, you can probably clear like most, if not the majority of content pretty comfortably.
I mean, to be fair, those 5 free-to-play Straw Hats almost could be up there with being some of the best level limit breaks of the year.
Absolutely.
Low key.
Yep. And to be fair, like we said in the lead up to his details being revealed, if he wasn't Legend of the Year, it was a disappointment. So
it is.
He has to be what he was.
You weren't as hyped on him, but as time progressed and as we realized how good he was in basically everything, we're like, oh yeah, he's good.
I can die and revive.
That's a really good point, Flame, because we did push that agenda forward pretty heavily, and we were like, if he isn't the best Legend of the Year, it's a fail. Like, you know, like, and I think that we were very much in that camp of like, initially I think that the thought was like, yeah, Nami might be better in some situations, or Sanji could be potentially up there as well in some particular situations too. But like, I think over time, Gear 5 has just shown that he's the best. You know, the best character, the best unit to have in like beginner, mid, and end game. You know, provides so much as a unit as well. And then if the 6+ is just like an added cherry on top for that unit too. So,
wait, just a little. I'm just kind of wondering if we have it. What was the top 4 for last year's Legend of the Year?
Let me find that for you real quick. I think it was V2 Straw Hats was number 1, if I remember correctly.
Did they count?
Wait, really?
If I remember correctly.
Were they the New Year's?
They were the New Year's banner last year, or the year before. Okay, so top 4 was Uta.
Yep.
Was 4th. V3 Kaido or Super Tandem Kaido was 3rd. Roger and Whitebeard was 2nd, and Luffy and the Straw Hats was 1st.
There you go. Interesting.
Damn, Luffy always taking that number 1
So that means
spot.
next year's Legend of the Year, we're gonna have a completely different top 4 again. Well, obviously it's Legend of that year, but that was a dumb thing to say.
No, it's I get what you're
Early
saying.
in that calendar year.
No, I get what you're saying though, because like you're saying like a different array of characters, like a different array of like actual characters. Like last year was Uta, Kaido, Roger, Whitebeard, and Straw Hats, and this year was literally the solo forms of Robin, Sanji, Nami, and Luffy. You know what I mean? Like you have that solo.
Well, it's kind of interesting as well with like Luffy and the Straw Hats, because like that character was polarizing.
Still so good.
But polarizing, right? Because you couldn't use any other Straw Hat with that character. So the way that they power crept that unit being so good, just release a bunch of that's the best way to power creep.
I mean, and here is the case in point to that, right? Like the top 4 being, I mean, top 5 actually all being Straw Hats as well.
All top 5 are Straw Hats.
And that was the other thing is like when you would build a team with like the Kaido Legends, the Kaido Crew Legends. If you had a free spot, you put Luffy Crew on it because their final tap is that busted.
You might as
still.
well, right?
And
exactly, you know.
If you're not using Straw Hats and you can fit a final tap unit, you're gonna put Luffy Crew still.
Exactly right, you know. Like I think it goes to show, like it's just, you know, Luffy is just fucking busted.
And with Gear 5 Luffy's rush, like I feel like he's gonna be that unit that he could stand the test of time, at least for quite a while, just of how powerful he is.
Until they do the power creep of like releasing another Gear 5 Luffy with another rush, or I don't know, some bullshit like you know, like some crazy like rush mechanic again. Like, I mean, rush is still this very like special. There's only 3 units that can rush, right? You know, so like it's still a very underutilized mechanic in its own regard. So I think that I mean, like, to be fair, like we thought Sanji was kind of like the pinnacle. I mean, obviously being the only one. Then Gear 5 Rush is just like, what's up? And everyone complained that like, oh, Gear 5 Rush isn't that good because it's on the 6th, you know, side. But it's basically just like a better final tap with way more damage.
Yeah,
I never even get to the 6th unit.
But then when you do 500 billion damage with his final tap or higher,
oh, he's actually quite good, to be fair. Yeah. You know? And then you also have Kaido's Rush, who I think is a little underrated, but the fact that pops on the 2nd or 3rd tap, like, you can really build a lot off that as well. So I think the rush mechanic in its own regard is still this hyper unexplored utility. Plus, EX Super. Like, the fact that this unit also has EX Super as well is just, like, you know, incredible. I mean, there is the downside that, like, EX Super for this unit can't be popped in the crewmate position, and you can argue that that's like a deterrent per se, but, like, I think irrespective of that, like, they've done a really good job with this unit. I think that, like, overall they've banged out these legends quite well, but it kind of it makes me a bit scared for, like, what's next year's power creep going to be like, and how far are we going to really, like, if we right now, I mean, I guess I'll just move to the next slide anyway, but, like, if we right now are very comfortably hitting 1 trillion damage, like, people are very consistently hitting 1 trillion damage, what kind of, like, artificial difficulty are they going to, like, continue to add on to the game to stop people from doing that? Because you can't stop the power creep. The number's going to keep getting higher and higher. So the only way you stop that is either A, figuring out how to create a larger HP bar than 1 trillion, which I think is just should be possible to some degree, or
more debuffs,
or more artificial difficulty. So, like, that's the 2 points there.
We do not want that artificial difficulty, because that shit sucks, and it makes the game less fun.
Yes, it just makes the game worse in its entirety. But I guess I'll just put a bow on the award show there before we, like, you know, open it to the floor. Any questions that people have, if you want to start, if people are still around, you guys want to start chucking in some questions into the chat, we'll answer them for the next, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up from there. But that's been the awards. Once again, I want to give a massive shout out to Rioan, Tony, and Mr. J for the support on the award show. Would not be possible without you guys, and obviously my esteemed and lovely co-hosts Flame, Todd, Carissa, and obviously Knight in the ethereal plane, wherever he is.
He's gone.
Wherever he is as well. We do love you nonetheless. You know, that's the award show for this year. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm committed to doing it next year. Just purely case in point there. But we'll see what the vibe's like, and, you know, we'll kind of play it by ear, and we'll go from there. But that's it. That's the award show done. So I guess, like I said, we'll maybe go for another 15, 20 minutes. You know, we'll round out the year. If you guys want to ask some questions in the chat, we'll keep an eye out on there. But nonetheless, I mean, I guess, like, I was talking to Flame, from your perspective, like, how did you feel about Trojan Cruise this year? Obviously, from somebody's in a perspective of, like, not necessarily playing 100% committed, but just, like, passively, like, you know, going with the flow and keeping up to date with everything. What was your view on Trojan Cruise in 23?
I mean, I think there was a lot of good, but there's also its bads. Like, a lot of the things that I had issues with, reasons that I quit, were amplified over the time, which obviously I wouldn't be happy about if I was playing. But they did add a lot of new stuff. There were a lot of quality of life updates. They added a new game mode. They added 6+ to Legends. So I mean, there in this year at least, I feel like there was a lot more positives. So I wouldn't really be a negative Nancy about it. But if I was playing, despite, you know, constantly being pressured to summon and buy gems and stuff, I'd be happy. I think that the game is going in the right direction. Other than, you know, whatever happened with, you know, previous community managers and whatever's going on with them, they definitely, I'm sure you could attest to this, 2024 We need a new graphic designer for social media pages. That shit is super ass. So whoever that is,
that is
step your game up, buddy.
Get them out. Step out of it, man. No, that's true. That's true.
But overall, I think it's in a good light. It's in good hands for now. Hopefully, GGP episodes next year won't be as negative.
That's true. Very, very true. Todd, where you at?
Yeah, I mean, you got a little kitty cat behind us. He's chilling. But no, Treasure Cruise, it's going to be interesting moving forward. If we continue on the same route that we're currently at, where we get more communication from the Treasure Cruise team, more minor updates rather than,
major
wait
ones.
half a year for a huge major update.
Yeah.
I would prefer if we got, a minor update every 1 to 2 months. I think that's awesome.
Yep.
And more communication from the Treasure Cruise team. If they continue down that route, then I think we are in a very good spot as a community.
Absolutely.
But of course, inevitably the level and the sheer volume of legends that we receive, that's always going to be a problem. So we'll see how things progress. But I think that we're in for a pretty interesting year. Obviously, no manga spoilers in the chat, guys, but we've got some pretty awesome stuff to look forward to next year. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do, when they're going to do it, and how they're going to do it. So
absolutely right.
It's going to be awesome.
Carissa, anything from you? How you feeling?
As someone who is very hit or miss with Treasure Cruise based on how terrible at my pulls are, I like it. I like where it's at. I don't feel pressured to have to pull on every banner all the time, for every event.
Absolutely right.
I feel like I can actually contribute even in even though my contributions are fairly minor in super bosses. I feel like I can still contribute even with just pulling on major celebration banners or on anything that has the law on it.
Or Korra. New Korra Legend in 2024.
Cross my fingers. But I like where it's at, and I like the updates. The updates that they're putting out shows that they're actually actively working on the game in and of itself, and not just focusing purely on making money or trying to get people to pull on banners. Like they're actually trying to make the gameplay better for the players in the community, and I think that is something that's super, super awesome.
No, I concur with everything that's been said. I think that, again, I sound like a broken record, but upping the cadence of updates and iterating on your product is always a positive thing. And I think that the fact that we've received 3 minor updates in the last 3 months, and we will receive another one in January, most likely as well, is huge.
Late January?
That's just incredible. The fact that we're just bang, bang. It's like, remember that OG Treasure Cruise newsletter we used to get? Where it showed the silhouette of the 6+, and we got once a month.
That should have peak.
That's what I mean. And I feel like that's what we're kind of getting back to some degree. And I think that I think also I'm not opposed to it being known as the OPTC team. I think that there naturally is a lot of pressure when it's one person and who that person is. There's a lot of weight on their shoulders. I mean, Yannicka, for example, a lot of pressure on her.
Yoshi.
Yoshi,
all that hate.
Who fucking, I don't know where, I hope he's okay. I know we meme it a lot, but I don't know if he's been fired. I don't know if he's still part of the team or not. We don't know. We don't have the answers to that kind of stuff, right? But the fact that it's the Treasure Cruise team, so it's a conglomerate of probably the production team, the development team, which is DreamCom, for people that aren't aware. Treasure Cruise is developed by DreamCom, which is a subsidiary software company. And then obviously, then you have the marketing teams, etc., etc. I think Chris is right. Banners this year have been kind of poo for the most part, but there has been a way less incentive to be forced to pull on those banners. You still have the major banners, which you pull on, like the New Year's, Global Annies, if you really want to, the JP Annies, the half Annies, and back to New Year's. You can very much cycle very consistently between those 4 and 5.
That's the thing, right?
Banners.
As long as you're pulling on those big banners, we saw Gear 5 Luffy was boosted for so many events. If you have Gear 5, he helped you in so many different pieces of content. Same with Luffy Yamato. Luffy Yamato, say what you want about them. They were boosted on a lot of content. Yep. So if you just hold your gems for the big celebrations, that's the best thing to do.
If you look at the big damage teams, right? A lot of the times the big damage teams consist of Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, Robin, Nami. All those units have 3 of those units have been out for over a year, almost a year now. And they were out on big celebrations. Gear 5, Luffy, even other things like Alba, Queen, they're base legends, you know, regular batch legends. You have, you know, versus Kaido, who got a massive resurgence this year and is also very good too. Even things like Rush Kaido, Big Mom, like all these units came out on major banners, but now are so prolific, I guess I should say, in teams to come. But there is then the other potential negative side of things of like what we just talked about earlier, where what's going to happen with damage. Like we are very much consistently hitting the threshold of 1 trillion damage. And by we, I use the royal we of like the community, but naturally speaking, we're talking about like the TRAs, the assault force people, like, you know, the Passiones, the Stumps, like the, you know, the Spoon Titans, Donnies, like they're those high end players, and the Koreans, I should mention them as well. Sorry, like those high end players are very consistently hitting 1 trillion damage, and like, how do you resolve that problem? Well, you either add more HP, which potentially can be done, but I don't know how their overflow limits work, because, you know, isn't like the max number like 2,147,000,000, or just like, it's actually 2 billion is the overflow number. So they've exceeded that. So you can just add more HP, well, which they should do if they really wanted to get spicy. But
or what they could do is like do like 2 health bars. Like once one health bar's gone,
exactly
you
right.
have another health bar on top of it.
I've been a big advocate of like a refresh system. So once you hit the max HP threshold and you kill the boss, you reset back to the start, but maybe there's like +1 to every debuff, for example. So it goes back to starting at like, let's say 10 million HP, and you can just go back through the cycle, then it restarts, goes back. So then there's incentive then to go farm these bosses again. So there's definitely a lot of ways around that problem, but it looks like for the time being, their only resolution is just to keep adding very pedantic debuffs that don't provide to the game, like to the puzzle elements. At the end of the day, we've said it before, you know, Trojan Cruise is a puzzle game. You have the pieces, you want to solve the problem. But what they do is they kind of like, they tear the corners of the puzzle pieces off, and they say, go complete the picture still. You can still do it, but the puzzle isn't whole, purely because they just add these artificial elements very consistently to the game. And like, it makes, as you said, Todd, it makes the game way less fun. So like, I'm hoping that with these updates to gameplay, like, you know, huge TM updates, Jesus Christ, like TM is such a, like, in reality is a very much more relaxed game mode to some capacity, which I think is absolutely insane to how sweaty it was in the past. And like, hopefully Kizuna gets the same treatment. I mean, there is obviously still the glaring problem of Grand Party and Rumble in their own regard. Rumble needs a massive overhaul, but with the addition of the co-op quests, it gives me hope that Rumble might get functionality to verse friends, because if they're able to figure out netcode for co-op, like, that means that there has to be the potential for them to introduce that kind of stuff as well, you know? Like,
they've been wanting that for ages.
Exactly. And if they figured out the technology to provide co-op, which in my mind might be like 2 people connecting together and doing something, if that's how it's going to function, then maybe like a Rumble versus Friends is potential in the cards, you know? So, like, I think all in all, who knows what's going to happen, you know? And I think that as long as we just keep iterating, we keep the community as positive as we possibly can, make, you know, and I think the biggest point that Stump drives home a lot is constructive criticism as opposed to just being negative. You know, like, if you have a problem with something, call it out, but explain why it's bad and explain how it could be better. Don't just say, oh, the banner structure's shit. It's okay, great. Well, what can be done to then resolve that issue, you know, make it known in that regard. And I mean, like, look, we have a survey literally coming out again for the co-op mode. So they're making a conscious effort to potentially, hopefully, fingers crossed, communicate with the community. So like,
and don't let those surveys, like, don't just ignore them.
Absolutely.
Like, don't just ignore them, because I feel like they're actually looking to see 100%. At least picking out 100%. Keywords from their responses, because otherwise, why would we be getting this many updates all the time?
And then it's 5 gems. Just do it if you're gonna do it, just do it for the gems. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's it's for. But
everybody loves free gems.
One other thing I just thought of while you were just going through all that. One thing I hope to see from Treasure Cruise next year is I hope that there's like less less times that they introduce something to the game and then never expand on it. And correct me if I'm wrong, is there's still only one alternate artwork.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
I think.
Yeah.
I think. Go.
So not just specifically alternate artworks, but anything that they do add in 2024, I hope that they don't just add it and then that's it.
Absolutely right.
Because,
I think
it's just like they added it for no reason.
Alternate art was a mistake purely because the way they implemented it was a mistake. I think that
it was terrible.
I think that they had no intention of implementing it as a unique ID, but then they did that. And I think that's what caused the biggest problem with that, is that why would you have it so a unique art makes new idea? Why would you not just have it so it just changes the art? Like, it doesn't make any sense that was the decision that they made. So I think that's the reason why we haven't seen anything. So I would be pretty confident in saying, like, they probably saw that and were like, people can use 2 Luffy Yamatos now. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, that doesn't seem right, you know? So I think that's probably... But you are right, though. Like, even I would argue things like the rush ability. Like, we've only had 3 units get rush. Like, obviously that's going to ramp up over time, but...
Like, last year they introduced Super Tandem, and then they just could not stop releasing Super Tandem.
They released 8 Super Tandems in a row. Yeah, they released 3... Remember the Sasaki, Husu, and Black Maria badge?
Oh my
god.
Oh my god.
3 Super Tandems, all powerhouse, all, you know, like, that's crazy, right? But, like, they push that agenda forward. But, like, maybe Rush is broken in their eyes, but that doesn't mean that it should stop them from releasing more Rush, which we will see naturally. I would be shocked if we didn't get a Rush unit or 2 in this New Year's
It's
batch.
conserving it for the Super Sugos, I guess, for now.
The big units, right?
Unlike with Super Tandem, unless like Super Tandems, you know, they released it for basically every normal legend. But if they keep Rush just for Super Sugos, then that would make it a bit more unique.
Well, that's how they did it with think about with Versus Legends, right? We went so long without a new Versus Legend, and it was kind of like they realized that Versus Legends were kind of broken because it was 2 legends in one.
Yeah.
So they had to do it more sparsely.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that it's gonna be something very similar to that,
Absolutely
especially with the alternate art pens being so non-existent.
Literally non-existent. Like, good luck.
Literally non-existent.
You know, like, it's pretty much non-existent. But no, like, look, I think at the end of the day, Chodoku is in a good place. I think Chodoku is, and we say this every year, right? Like, we harp on it. We, like, you know, and I'm one to say that because I complain a lot about the game, like, a lot. But, like, I think deep down, if, like, from a realistic perspective, I think Chodoku is just fine. I mean, like, it's making money, but for it to have stood the test of time, especially in a reality where gacha games are closing down, like, very frequently. Like, we had Thousand Storm close down, Final Fantasy Dissidia closed down, is closing down as well. There's a Gundam game closing down. I don't know if that's the one that Nick's working on, but, like, there's a Gundam game closing down as well. Like,
one thing I can always say about not just OPTC but gacha games in general, the longevity of these games are crazy. Like, even though, like, they're nothing compared to, like, AAA games, like, I play to this day, I think I played OPTC longer than, like, 90% of games I've ever played in my life.
Absolutely right. You know,
which is insane.
Yeah, this is a fucking mobile game, but, like, there's so much nuance and intricacy and history and, you know, like, to it that, like, it really encompasses your whole life if you wanted to.
I've literally been playing since February of 2015.
Yeah, like, fucking
what a
nuts.
nerd.
Like, that is crazy.
Like, when you break that down, like, that's 8 years. Like, that's over 8 years ago.
Yeah,
you know,
I played from 2016 to 2021, but I mean, I've been involved up to this day. And I remember in my very first job, I used to sneak to the bathroom for 30 minutes to do turtle times.
Yeah. That's for sure. Yes. I think I started May 15. Is that when I started? Or May 16? It might have been, actually. It might have been May 2016. It might have been. I remember playing it.
We started around the same time.
I remember playing it at school. Like, you know, used to sit there at lunch and your friends would fucking... One of my friends pulled a quick boa and we were all just fucking losing our minds. We're like, holy shit, he got a fucking red poster. What the fuck? And I remember I pulled Mihawk. I used Mihawk on every team. I couldn't fucking clear the content. Like, you know, and, like, it's just like Treasure Cruise is one of those things that like it just encompass life. You know what I mean? I think it's like I think that us approaching that 10-year anniversary is gonna be a really special moment. You know, getting to 10 years.
Alex and I started on at the same time, like literally the same day. We were talking about it because I made Alex watch One Piece because I was like, dude, we're at the bar playing Pokemon Go doing trades. I'm like, look, you want something cool to watch One Piece. And so then we started playing Treasure Cruise. We started right when COVID was starting, and it was like, hey, we've got nothing else to really do right now. Why don't we check out this cool One Piece game?
Absolutely.
And so we started it together, and we were like, okay, well, what units do you have? What's going on? What team are you using to build all this stuff?
Yeah.
And then that's how I found this dude. And I was like, Alex, did you watch this video? Here, let me send you this YouTube. And then to beat GARP challenges, I was watching Flame videos because his videos were.
Let's go. Flame got
Flame was knocking out 2 at a time back when they did class and colors.
Oh yeah, those were crazy.
Knock out both. So I was like, I can do this. I'm like, start, pause. Okay, I can do this. This is what he did. Okay, let's do this.
And that's how it starts, right? You know, like that's all. Like I still remember clearing like the Whitebeard forest, and I remember I was in a hostel.
Yeah.
I was at a hostel.
Like, Hawkins Forest took me so long.
Like,
it took me over a year to clear Hawkins
Forest. We were like going to a concert the next day, and I remember I was just like sat by myself. I had a notepad that I screenshot. I took a photo of with my phone on my computer of like stage 11 do this, stage 12 do, and I remember beating it. I remember running up and down the corridor, losing my mind because I was like, holy shit, I just fucking like did a forest, you know, like. And like even to some capacity, like that's obviously like, that kind of nostalgia has evolved into like, holy shit, I just did 300 billion damage to like the super boss Kizuna, right? Like it's not the same nostalgia, but it's still like, damn, if I put these units together and do these particular like specials and tapping order, I can do like incredible things. I think that just goes to show Treasure Cruise's whole ability to provide that puzzle mechanic, provide that, you know, that ability to problem solve, you know, like it's a really good problem solving game in its own regard too. Like, you know, you're presented with the puzzle
game, but sometimes you got to pay to solve the puzzle.
They give you, it's what have I said in the past? Treasure Cruise is a puzzle game, but you can buy the solution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that's just what it is. Which is, I guess, I mean, at the end of the day, we complain about it, but that's what gacha is. Gacha's, you know, lotteries.
That's the whole point of gacha games.
Exactly, like, you know, Gachapon, the old machines where you put a coin in, you twist the thing, you get a little toy out of it. Like that's how it is.
They get me every time.
You guys want to see you want to see a throwback? Look at this picture I found in my gallery.
Oh god, this is some old ass screenshot, I reckon.
Oh jeez,
that's a throwback.
That was the Lucy Blitz battle.
That's how the banners used to be, man.
Damn, that's a
low rate.
That's a Todd graphic if I've ever seen one.
It certainly is.
That's a Todd graphic if I've ever seen one. The pizzazz, you know. But look, I think like there weren't a lot of questions there. I think somebody mentioned, is 3,000 gems enough for New Year's? Yes. I think like. No. In reality, no, but just be passive with your gem spending. Like, if you want to be very smart, never pull on part 1. Just don't pull on the part 1. Pull on the part that the legend that you want is on, and that'll be the best way to approach it. But none of us will listen to that anyway. We'll all pull on part 1 because it's more fun. Seeing how useful standard Gear 5 is, I have mine. Gear 5 6+ level 130, rush 4. Would it be better to keep how he is and wait to pull him again to have 2 versions, or de-evolve minus standard Gear 5? No, keep it at 6+. You know, can if you're established with Kizuna insignias, you can keep purchasing in like the Gear 5 skulls anyway. If content desperately requires you to have standard Gear 5, then you can just de-evolve it for that content and then re-evolve it. But again, Super Sugo Fest coming up, I would be pretty shocked if Gear 5 wasn't on a banner, a part at some point. So, like, you know, you could definitely bink out an additional copy, you know, without a doubt. Sorry, Flam, you were saying.
D Foxy asked, do we think the New Year's banner will be similar to the film red structure?
Yes.
I think he's saying, like, have like 3 different banners.
Three parts back to back.
Is that where it was? Is that where it was split up by weeks?
What was the flame?
Was that when it was? Was that the banner structure where it was split up by like a few weeks apart?
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks apart, 2 or 3 weeks apart per. But see, and then the problem. But see, the thing is, last year we didn't do that. You know,
I don't expect them to do it for New Year's.
No.
Maybe 2 parts.
Maybe for special.
I could
feel like
see
it's hard
2
for them
parts.
to do it. I feel like it's hard for them to do it because like global Annie's in February, so I feel like they can't extend the celebration too long.
I think 2 parts to New Year's, either like New Year's then post New Year's. I think could be the case as well. But I would be probably pretty confident saying 4 Legends, 3 Super Sugo Fest at bare minimum, 1 Annie exclusive.
3 minimum.
3 minimum.
I thought since the merge they don't like go too crazy on the global Annie no more.
I mean, this year's global Annie was actually really good. I mean, Ace Sabo and Kid Luffy were all very like solid characters. They're not cracked. They're not like game breaking, but they're still like the 3 of them.
Yeah, because I remember the first one was the like when after they merged was when they dropped the Psy Odin, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't an Annie exclusive, but it was just a normal patch.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking of because I remember like we were kind of a little sussy about that one.
It's because now that they have Annie exclusive characters, they can kind of put a bit more spice onto things. But then to be fair, most Annie exclusive characters are kind of poo poo. So like you know, it's like you take it with a grain of. You don't have to pull on global Annie like at all per se, you know, because there's enough Annies to fucking go around. You're gonna be pulling on JP Annie, and I mean JP Annie will be the 10th anniversary, so you know that banner is gonna go fucking crazy. Oh, at least the units on that banner is gonna go crazy as opposed to the banner structure. But that's
probably gonna be some like celebratory Luffy or something. Yes, it's just gonna be.
He's Luffy. He's a 7X captain.
Luffy with a special alternate art.
Yeah, something like that.
There's 3 old arts. He requires 10 pens each. You got to do a flip to use the unit. Like
it's for the 10th anniversary. It's a 10 times attack boost.
Yeah, only when he's in Gear 10 form. There we go.
Or it's like a 10 times attack boost, but just for Luffy himself.
And everyone gets a 2.5. Everyone gets like a 2.5x. I think that's it. I think that's another year of GGP. This will be the last episode of the year, episode 106. You know, so we've made it through another year of GGP. I think it was a good year. I think to be transparent, numbers way down, which I think is fine. I think I've come to the realization of accepting that that's just reality of doing something for so long, especially such a niche thing as well. But you know, I guess for the time being, so long as you know the hosts still have interest in making the show, you know, we'll keep making GGP episodes for the foreseeable future. But you know, like I've said, this will be the last episode of.
And we won't be back until like mid-January or something.
Mid-January or whenever we decide to pull back up.
We feel like it.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. You see how life goes and see where things happen from there. But you know, as per usual, if you've enjoyed this award show and you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you go down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that kind of stuff, fun stuff. You know, give us your feedback, your thoughts on the award show as well. Always greatly appreciate, nonetheless. Go down there, find all of the socials, you know, follow us, like, sub, do all that kind of great stuff. We do greatly appreciate it. But that's it. 106 in the books. Another year of GGP.
Yeah, we're going to give a thanks to Pappy, because if it wasn't for Pappy, none of this would have actually existed.
Thanks, Pappy.
For real.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Putting everything together, keeping the GGP podcast going, putting up with me while Todd has been here. Like, I appreciate it. I know the community appreciates it. Keep up the great work. Keep doing what you're doing. And I cannot wait for GGP Awards 2024, which definitely...
That's putting me on that. Now I have to do it next year.
Cross our fingers.
Buddy, you got to
do it.
But you know, I appreciate it. I do this for the love of the community. I love being in this. You know, I love being. You know, I'm very blessed to be a figurehead in this community. Nonetheless, you know, it's always a blessing to be that. But with that being said, I've been Captain Pappy, Flame, Knight in the ethereal plane, Todd and Carissa. Thank you guys for listening and watching to the episode.
Derry Jackson.
Thank you, Derry. Last second with the
thank you.
We appreciate you, my G. But with that being said, we'll see you guys next year. Peace.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.